What's going on? What's going on? We are live. I'm gonna just get y'all a minute to settle in. Welcome to my editing mentorship program. I'm so excited to just share this with you all, share my knowledge and um, share my experience and what I've been through, and hopefully I can teach you to become a great editor and just great at post production in general. And I just want to pass you this knowledge. So I'm super excited. Kind of got the jitters a little bit, but hopefully I can just let it go while I'm with you guys. Um, and yeah, I'm super excited. I hope y'all are well on this Friday evening, or if you're in LA, I think it's morning. And if you're on the East Coast, I think it's afternoon. So just to give you a rundown, just about me, I grew up in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, small town kid, went to film school, didn't know that it was one of the top film schools in the country, UNCSA, University of North Carolina School of the Arts, where I learned how to make films. I learned screenwriting, producing, a little bit of cinematography, a little bit of sound. So you get a chance to do everything your first couple of years, and then you start to gain an area of focus. And my focus was directing and writing. Had no idea that I was gonna be editing. I didn't even like editing, so it kind of chose me when I moved to LA. I was working at a few production companies as an assistant, and I started editing things once they found out that I knew how to use Premiere Pro. And yeah, I was a point of contact at the production company called Pretty Bird. Her name is Shari. She put me in touch with somebody at Fuse TV, and then it just kind of took off from there. I mean, I went from Fuse TV as a junior editor slash producer, and then jumped to a few agencies, went to a previous company called Third Floor, and then hopped around again to a few agencies, and ended up at Hulu, did some work for Disney, did some work for Apple, and then yeah, it all kind of culminated at Netflix. So I'm just ready to share my knowledge and my experience, and hopefully, we gain a community of like-minded people. And yeah, I hope you can hit me up for any editing needs. So I hope that gave you a good sort of rundown of like who I am and like my journey up until now. I could talk hours about it, but I would rather save it. And you can hit me up if you have any questions about it. But yes, I just want to dive into this program guide. So just want to add it. Boom. So, and then let's see if we can make this full screen. Amazing. Actually, I don't want it full screen because if this thing shuts off, then I won't know. And I'll be talking to myself. So, boom. I hope you can see everything. Awesome. So, without further ado, let's get it. Caleb's editing mentorship guide, the art of short form storytelling. So, basically, short form, anything 30, 60, 15, 10, 5 seconds is what my expertise is in. And yes, nonlinear editing. So, what I mean by nonlinear is that it's not a narrative piece. It's not like plot A, plot B, plot C. It can be nonlinear, is all over the place. It's no sense of narrative to it. It's promo stuff. It's sizzle reels. It's things that are not necessarily in like a regular movie or a regular film or regular plot. Nonlinear is all over the place. Um, cool. Next slide. This is like really to like early years. At age 15, I was making videos on my family's Dell computer. I was customizing my Facebook profile and all that stuff. So that's where this kind of like technology, I guess, computer bug kind of started. And then at 17 in high school, I was taking photos for my senior yearbook class. And then 18, I told you I got accepted to one of the top film schools in the country. That was 5 minutes away from my house. And then from 18 to 23, I moved out to LA, and I was just trying to figure out my creativity. For my oh, sorry, 18 to 23, I was in college trying to navigate creativity and what it was and what it meant to be a filmmaker and all these things I just was challenged with. And then from 23 to 28, I obviously moved to LA, navigating the film industry, what it was, what learned so much, a lot of what I didn't know. Yeah, and so short form editing, I kind of fell into, kind of chose me, and I was able to travel and create amazing memories, and it changed my life. So the foundation, basically, what you see here, that was my first day at Netflix, 2019. Oh my goodness, it's been going on 4 years. So, oh my goodness, what a time! I've learned so much. So, basically, the foundation of this mentorship program is that it'll help you edit short form videos for the top media companies in the world. You'll know the foundation of AV assets and how to use them, and this will put you ahead of the pack. So, like, I want to share the knowledge, and more times than not, at every job it's essentially the same terminology and the same language. So what I'm going to pass to you will put you ahead of the curve, and you will know what these terms mean, and you'll be a part of the conversation, and it'll just give you just a leg up, on everyone else. So I want to give that to you. And the resume, I talked about it: Netflix, Hulu, Disney, third floor, Apple. Um, and then what I love about what I do is that I was able to multiply my knowledge. And during COVID, I was able to get about 3 to 4 remote editing gigs, and this was all based on my knowledge of post production. I wouldn't have got these jobs if I did not know post production workflow, or have the expertise in that. So again, I want to pass this to you so you can be able to multiply your knowledge. Yes. And the point of all this is to be a chameleon. And a chameleon, as I play this, if it plays, oh, it doesn't. But the whole idea of the chameleon is that it changes colors and it adapts, and it shifts different hues and degrees of brightness to its environment. And that's what I've essentially been doing, with my career as a short form editor. Um, And remixing existing material is a huge part of what I do. At Fuse, when my journey started, I was a junior editor. I was editing old TV shows, old spots that you just didn't want to touch. And I had to remix them and make them relevant to today, and to make them relate, to help people relate to current themes and topics that were current. So yeah, thinking of campaigns and how to remix old material and make it new, that's a skill that I've learned over time. And you could check out an example here of the remix. Maybe I'll show it after. So, down to the nitty gritty, the understanding of AV assets. So, let's just break these down. Um, Audio is a huge component to post production. Essentially, when you deal with music or you deal with dialogue, any type of audio is a huge part of the post production process. And audio comes in different forms. It could be a stereo, it could be a 5.1, it could be an 8 channel, or it could be a mono. And please let me know if you need clarification on these things. Book a session with me. And video, obviously, your picture or your clips. And there's many examples of this. You could have Ultra HD video, H.264, ProRes, MXF, MOV, MP4, Red, Alexa footage. The list goes on and on about what type of footage that you'll be working with in post production. And DME stems, last and finally, this is a huge part of what I do. If you don't know anything by the end of this, DME stems. It's so important. It's the backbone of every piece of video and any piece of footage that you'll touch. And the DME stems consist of dialogue for the D, music for the M, and sound effects, which includes the risers, the hits, the cymbals, the Foley sounds, the things that are more mechanical, things that aren't necessarily in the film or in the video. Those could be classified as sound effects. And music also, so your instrumental is background music, vocals, depending on if it's a song, and dialogue, of course, people talking. And next slide, a big component that we'll learn in this guide, in this mentorship, is that music stingers. And a stinger is basically a shorter version of a longer piece of music instrumental. So a music stinger could be anywhere between 8 to 10 seconds, maybe 8 15. There's some music stingers that are like 30 seconds long. So it all comes in different and various forms. In my gift to you, I want to give you my personal keys. This is my keyboard shortcut, and these are some the main components of what I use to edit. So yes, this is also in the PDF that I'll link that I'll link in the description. And some editing techniques that I've used, but I won't go too much into, is the cutting on action, J cuts, L cuts, match cut, jump cut, and the cutaway. And feel free to look these things up on YouTube, Google. You'll find a wealth of information about it. And hit me up if you need any more information on it. This is the post production glossary. I'm really excited about this one because one, this will give you a key into a little bit of like what the post production workflow is on a day-to-day basis, and what people talk about and what they reference, and things that you really need to know in order to succeed in any type of post production editing position. Now, most editors, they're more creative, and some of these terms they may not even know, but we're working as an assistant and also as a lead editor. It is huge to know these things because it all affects your workflow, and it affects what you do, and the assets that you get and access that you don't have access to, and it's all related. So I won't go through these one by one, but a few things that stick out is the native frame rate. You probably what frame rates are: the 2398, 25, 29.97. These are all frame rates that you'll see in any type of television, film industry. You can familiarize yourself with that. And conforming is a huge thing that I use on a day to day, which involves swapping proxy footage with final high res footage. So, what you're working with, the proxy, which is an unfinished um, video or an unfinished film, and then at the end of the production, you basically swap that proxy footage with the finished high res or color footage. So yeah, take a look at these on your own time, and let me know if you have any questions about it. And here's a link to my keyboard shortcuts that I referenced earlier. You can just click on that link. Boom, you have the keyboard shortcut file for Premiere Pro. And if you need help installing this, hit me up, let me know. And sound effects, how and when to use them. This is a big thing. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer when it comes to when to use a riser or when to use a trailer hit, when to use a cymbal or reverbs. I think this is all creative, and it's all intuition. I think there are, I guess, rules and tricks and tips that I can show you, like using risers to build tension, and then using a hit to put that final period or that stamp on it, you know? So yes, there are techniques, but like, dude, the rules are meant to be broken. I think especially with short form. I mean, I break rules all the time, sometimes without me even knowing it. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I can definitely show you just some tips and tricks that always work. If you need to create some pacing in your edit. So I want to give you with some Netflix sound effects. And these are straight from the production, the editing productions that I use. So that's my gift to you. Simply click on the link and download. Now you have Netflix sound effects. Boom. And we made it. We made it to the end. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna need a drink. This isn't a drink, it's a Pellegrino. So book your one book a one-on-one with me. Let's start this journey, man. Don't even worry about paying me the first session is free. And yeah, I'm just at a level of service, and I want you guys to learn. I want to teach you. I want to pass on my knowledge. Um and yeah, I'm super excited to meet all of you and to learn, what you're going through and what your goals are, and hopefully, we can get there. I mean, it's so I lived in LA for 5 years. Currently in Amsterdam, and yeah, I've had it's so early in my journey. But I look back and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I've experienced so much within those 5 years, and I would like to spread that knowledge and share it." So, yes, thank you for tuning in, and yes, link in my description to book a session, and I'm also gonna link the keynote, the PDF guide for you. Let me know if you have any questions. Book the session, we can go through it in detail. I can share you even more gems. And yeah, man, enjoy the Friday night or morning, day, wherever you're at. Sending love to all my friends. Yes, blessings. Love you all. Peace. This is Pellegrino. This is not a drink. All right. Peace.